I look extremely crazy at the moment, but it was an avant-garde day at school, so don't mind the ratchet face going on. But I wanted to update on my stretching stuff because yesterday I finally was able to stretch to a 6, but having some complications today. So yesterday, I put the tunnels in. Okay. The tunnels from BotFX have a little divot where the O-ring goes. That divot right there. Do you see it? And this happened when I did my first stretch from an 18 to a 14. Yeah, 18 to 14. The back of my lobe got stuck on the little divot. So what I had to do, I just had to force it through. And when I did my stretch for the 14, it went fine. It was virtually painless. And the day after, I had just a little bit of swelling and soreness, nothing too crazy. But this time around, I have some crazy swelling going on. Do you guys see how giant my lobe is? I had to take out my little heart earring because I thought my ear was going to engulf it. That's how swollen it is. I have done 2 saline solution soaks, which just means hot water and salt or sea salt. Sea salt is better, but I don't have sea salt, so I just put salt. So I've done 2 soaks like that. After I went just to kind of look around, and then I noticed that it was bleeding and there was some pus coming out of it, which is not okay. So I cleaned all of that up and I tried to squeeze it to see if there was any pus coming out. I looked at the back because the back I have an O-ring at the back, right? And because my ear is so swollen, it's right up against the O-ring. So I took the O-ring off and I pushed down as far as I could so that the earring wouldn't pop, so that the tunnel wouldn't pop out. And I cleaned up the back of it and everything, and now I just have polysporin on them. But this one's not so bad. This one's just a little swollen and a little sore. But this one is quite swollen and quite sore right in this area, right here. And I'm hoping that it's not too terribly infected, but for all I know, it probably is. So I'm going to be taking care of this for the meantime, and I will let you guys know what happens in a few days from now. So I feel like I keep looking even more ratchet as these videos progress, but I wanted to update on the technically day 2 of my stretched ear infection. Both of them are actually infected, and it really sucks, but this one is a lot less infected than this one is. And I pulled English is hard. I've pulled my hair back so that it doesn't touch my ears and doesn't aid the infection. This one's less infected than it was yesterday. It's a lot less red as well. I woke up this morning and both of them were a little crusty. This one had a lot of gunk around the back, which I know is a total gross TMI. Yeah. But it was dry blood mixed with pus. It was gross. And so I cleaned that up and I did a chamomile tea bag soaky thing where you take a chamomile tea bag and you steep it, but you use the hot water inside the tea bag and you put the tea bag on your ear. I've done that with tons of different inflammations. Chamomile is good for inflammation. So that is what I did this morning, and they're looking pretty good. They're not as sore. Actually, this one's still pretty sore. This one's a little sore, but they're less sore than they were yesterday, to make my point. And I've come to the conclusion that 2 of the reasons why I have the infection are, 1, I did not properly clean my jewelry before I put it in, and 2, I did tear the inside of my ear hole when putting in my tunnel. If you guys remember, or from the last clip, the divot in the earring where my ear got stuck, when I shoved it through, I think it ripped. So me not cleaning my jewelry and me ripping my ear just made for the perfect combination for an infection. So that is what my ears are at the moment, and I will most likely update you guys when I get home later on today. Okay, so it is closer to the evening. It's about 5:45, and I just wanted to update on my ears. They are less swollen, less red. This one still feels like hard. Just around this area. This one's doing pretty good. It's pretty mushy. Still hurts a little bit. I haven't done anything to them since I got home. But I am about to clean them and take this O-ring off and see what's the haps with that. And yeah, so everything seems to be going good today. Hasn't gotten any worse. It just seems to be getting better. If you can tell, the swelling has gone down, which is awesome. So yes. Hi guys. So this is going to be the insight onto my I say infected, but I've talked to a few people who say that it's not necessarily that it's an infection, more so just the fact that my ears are healing from a mini blowout almost. My stretched ears, they aren't fully healed. There's still a little bit of pain, but everything should be fine. The swelling keeps going down. I just did a sea salt soak. So this is what that is, and this is only 2 days of the infection, so I'm sure that at one point they're going to be fully healed, and I will be able to answer more questions at that point. Enjoy. Okay, so this is going to be the end of my infection, my earlobe infection, because I figured out that it wasn't an infection. I had actually had a minor blowout in my ears because it's been about 3 or 4 days, and my ears, this one's still a little sore, like very, very little, like it's just a little sore. Swelling has gone down almost completely in this ear. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah, almost completely in that ear and completely in this one. This one is all back to normal. And the blowout, the way that my ears healed just made it seem like there was an infection when there wasn't. So yes, beware. I know that what I did was not the greatest when I just forced the taper through my ear. And I have actually watched other videos of people stretching from an 8 to a 6 in gauges, and it seems to be quite a difficult stretch for most people. Erika Talks, who is a girl who I watch her videos, and I have watched her videos before I started stretching, and she had issues with the 6 as well, and she had a mini blowout as well. So I feel like it just could be the way the tapers are made, or everybody's ears kind of go up to that point and then shit happens. So yes, that is where I'm at. So my ears are pretty well healed now. Not much to them. How I healed my blowout / infection was salt water soaks every night before I went to bed, plus polysporin after. And I really made sure to get the polysporin underneath of the top and underneath of the O-ring at the back, and really try to just get it in there so that it can aid in the healing of it. And in the morning when I would wake up, I would do a chamomile tea bag soak just for inflammation and to make sure that my ears didn't swell too bad. I really only had very minor, well, the first day was pretty extreme swelling, but after that it went down. Swelling went down pretty quickly, and you try not to touch your piercings when, like, throughout the day when you haven't washed your hands. Make sure your hands are always clean, especially if you're trying to heal them from a blowout or an infection, because you're just adding more bacteria and it's not helping the situation. Another thing is to leave your jewelry in. Never take your jewelry out of any piercing if it's infected, because the infection will potentially close up the hole and it will create like a clog. You want your ears to heal around the piercing so that nothing crazy goes on. I've heard of horror stories about people removing their jewelry and having to get surgery to take out the infection because it's nasty as hell. Other than that, I feel like that is all the advice that I have for you, and always make sure to clean your jewelry before putting it in. Clean it, sanitize it, do whatever you have to make sure that it is clean before inserting it in your ear. I feel like that is a dead given, but that is not something that I followed when I did my stretch. I hope you guys enjoyed my little infection vlog, my blowout vlog. I hope it was informative for some people. So yes, without further ado, I will let you guys go. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and all that good jazz up in this little box below and above. I still have no idea where these go. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!